Good morning, everyone. My name is Kit Angel Salacle, and we will be discussing today about exploring and understanding perspective on human sexuality, specifically about the sexual self. Hello, friends. Sexuality. What is sexuality? Sexuality is a fundamental aspect of being human, influenced by our physical, emotional, spiritual, and cultural selves. Despite societal discomfort, understanding it or understanding sexuality helps address identity relationships and sexual health objectively. Historical perspectives on human sexuality. Here in ancient Greece, it says men were dominant, admired for their physical form, whilst women were seen as childbearers and lacked rights. So sinasabi dito, yung mga lalaki ng panahong ancient Greece ay inaadma or hinahanga ng mga tao for their physical forms. And primarily, they were dominant. And dun naman sa mga women, they were viewed as childbearers or nanganganak lang for procreation. Yun, sila yung tagadala ng bata sa mundo. Primarily for producing kids lang, no? And they lack rights. Yes, of course. Since then, women doesn't have and much lack rights, of course. Ngayon lang nag-iba is na-justify naman. So, yun. In Middle Ages, we have the church condemned non-procreative sexual acts as sinful. So, Middle Ages, dito sinasabi ng simbahan, ang mga sexual stuff or sexual acts or sexual immorality na hindi nagli-lead to procreation or pagdadalang bata ay tinatawag nilang sinful o makasalanan. At I believe na in Middle Ages they have punishment for these acts. Yan. So in Victorian era naman, strict repression, women were viewed as pure and asexual. Yan. Strict repression. So meron silang galang sa sarili nila, and ang mga babae ay viewed as pure and malinis and asexual. Asexual means they can be both. Man and woman. So here in 20th century, increased openness with contraception and reduced religious influence. Yeah. Increased openness and contraception and reduced religious influences. Since the 20th century, in our time, increased openness, contraception, yun, madami ng open na tayo for sex. Also, contradicting siya sa Middle Ages because the church condemned in Middle Ages na procreation, na ang mga sexual acts na hindi nagli-lead to procreation are sinful. So ngayon, sobrang nag-iba na siya sa pagdating ng panahon ng 20th century. Nag-increase na yung openness ng contraception, yung pagiging safe sa sex, and reduce religious influences. So yung sex ay hindi na siya nasa sang-ayon dun sa religious acts na sinasabi dito sa Middle Ages anong mga sinaunang panahon. So sobrang lahad na yung pagiging sexual immorality dito sa panahon nitong 20th century. Yes. So next, Biological perspectives on human sexuality. Number 1, we have human bodies and brains are wired for reproduction and attraction. Puberty. Number two, puberty triggers changes like deeper voices in boys and wider hips in girls. So, yun. So, una, human bodies and brains are wired. Number 1, human bodies and brains are wired for reproduction and attraction. Yun, ang mga katawan ng tao, utak, are wired for reproduction only and attraction. Of course, naman. Kahit naman, ayun. Ano ba talaga ang purpose natin? Is to procreate, di ba? Production, reproduction, and attraction. To attract and reproduct. Pero yun, ginagawa lang na mag-asawa. Right, guys? So, number 2, puberty triggers changes like deeper voices in voice and wider hips in girls. Puberty. Siguro naman, alam na natin ito lahat. We're in college. We experienced that in maybe like what, first year high school? Grade 6? Grade 8? But yeah, puberty. Triggers changes like deeper voices in voice. Of course, me. Dati yung tining ng boses ko. I can sing Let It Go without even... so easy. It's so easy. Let It Go was so easy for me back then. But once I hit the puberty stage, it's just so hard. It's hard singing high notes now. And yun, wider hips in girls. Yun. You know that naman. Everybody knows that. So number 3, we have chromosomes. XX for females, XY for males. Determine biological sex. Yan. Chromosomes, scientifical, genetics. So, ang XX daw means for females and XY for males. Determine biological sex. Ito yung mga signs ng science to determine what gender are they. So, number 4, fertilization and gestation involve complex biological process. Fertilization, ito yan sa part yan yung gestation. Fertilization and gestation is part ng pagdadalang bata or pagdadalang bata. Fertilization, fertilized eggs, diba? And gestation. So next, evolution influences sexual behavior. Evolution influences sexual behavior. So as we evolve, we experience puberty. These triggers are sexual taste and sexual drive. Yan. So naapektuhan yung natin, behavior on things, especially sexual behavior. So next is traits like physical beauty signal health and fertility. Physical beauty signal health and fertility. So pag napapakita daw yung traits ng physical beauty, nagsasign daw to ng health and fertility. So hindi lang sa babae, hindi lang sa lalaki, but both. Yung traits ng physical beauty as a human being, it's a sign of health and fertility. Examples, we have examples here. Wide hips in women for childbirth, muscular builds for childbirth, muscular builds in men for protection. So yun, sinasabi dito yung mga traits ng babae. Sabi dito, yung wide hips is good for women because hindi sila mahirapan dalang bata, childbirth. Dito naman sa men, Kung muscular ka, malalaki katawan mo, it can be used for protection, or it shows signs of protection to the family or to your girl. So next we have psychological perspectives on human sexuality. We will be discussing Freud's 5 psychological stages. Number 1, we have oral stage. Oral stage, comfort through sucking or eating. Ayun. Comfort through. So, ito yung stage ng bata na sa comfort zone pa niya yung pagkakain through sucking pa lang. So, yun, lactate sa mga babae, yung mga ganyan. Eating. Number 2, anal stage, gratification through control of bodily functions. Anal stage, gratification, yan. So, dito, yung nag-gratify yung control natin. Or control ng bawat isa for bodily functions or sa ating katawan. Number 3, we have the phallic stage, attraction to opposite sex. Yung na-attract tayo sa opposite sex. Of course, we experience this because we are a human being and it is our function. It's one of our main function to attract. Of course, when we attract, we court. And where would that lead? To reproduction. Number 4, we have latency stage, focus on non-sexual activities. Latency stage, focus on non-sexual activities. And so, aside sa kaninang pinag-usapan natin sexual, itong latency stage is nag-focus tayo sa non-sexual activities. So, hindi sa pagganap ng pakikipagtalik or anything. None. As in none. None. Number 5, we have genital stage, adult attraction. Dito na papasok yung id, ego, superego, balance, desires, logic, and morality. So, napag-aralan naman natin yan. Senior high pa lang. Maybe junior high, na-discuss na din yan. So, number 5, genital stage. So, next, religious perspectives on human sexuality. Number 1, we have Judaism. Marital sex is seen as a blessing. So, yung marital sex is marriage. Nakikipagtalik ka na ng while in marriage. So, yun ay tinitignan ng mga Judaizers as a blessings. So, dapat naman talaga ganun, di ba? Catholic din, ganun ang pag-iisip pa. So, here we have Islam. Family is vital. Sex is permitted only in marriage. So, ganun din. Parang may connection din. Family is vital. Sex is permitted only in marriage. So, ang pakikipag-engage in sexual activities and sexual procreation is nagaganap only in marriage. So, din pala sa Judaism, ang pakikipagtalik outside of marriage is hindi nila kino-consider ng blessing. Only marriage lang while in marriage. Sa Islam naman, family is vital. So, sex is permitted only in marriage. So, ang pakikipagtalik ka dyan, namangin ko na, is dapat nagaganap lang. Pag kayo, or yung partner mo at ikaw ay married na. Number 3, we have Catholicism. Yes, yun na sinasabi ko kanina, sex is for procreation with marriage. So, ang pakikipagtalik or pakikipag-engage in sexual activities is its only sole purpose is procreation or pagdadalang bata with marriage lamang. Number 4, we have Taoism. Taoism comes from China, if you don't know. So, sex balance says here, sex balance is male and female energy. So, parang meron siyang something na energy. Dinescribe ng mga Chinese people, Taoism. Taoism is a religious factor or religion in China. Sex says sex balance is male and female energy. So, yun, parang may chakra or something na kukonect ng energy mo ng partner mo at ikaw. Number 5, Hinduism, sex is both a celebration and spiritual force. Sex is both celebration and spiritual force. So, pakikipagtalik or pakikipag-engage daw in sexual activities is both a celebration and spiritual force. So, pag nag-celebrate sila, ito yung ginagawa nila. So, meron silang mga ginagawa paghahanda pag sa ganito. Ayun, pinaghahanda nila tong celebration na to. And parang same lang din sa sa Taoism, parang may pagka-same siya kasi matches the male and female energy. Dito naman may spiritual force. So, parang MM kayo. Celebrating and joining the spiritual force na malakas. Ako sa mga Hinduism. Next. Human sexual response cycle. Masters and Johnson stages. Number 1, excitement. Initial physical response to arousal. Number 2, plateau. Build up before orgasm. Number 3, orgasm, intense climax. 4, resolution. Return to relaxed states. Other models include Helen Kaplan's desire, excitement, orgasm cycle. So number 1, excitement. Ano ba sinasabi dito? Initial physical response to arousal, excitement. Sa unang stage ng human sa sexual response is excitement. So yun nga, dito yung nararamdaman natin yung init, yung excitement na nadarama mo during physical touches, response to arousal, mga ginagawa nyo leads to excitement, of course. Pero guys, dapat ginagawa nyo na to with your partner talaga, ha? Not with other people. So yan. Number 2, plateau, build up before orgasm. So pagtapos ng excitement, we have plateau. Spelling P-L-A-T-E-A-U. Don't be wrong with that, ha? Build up before orgasm. So ito yung nagaganap before orgasm. So orgasm, what is orgasm? Ito yung yan na ba sa yung sorry for the word, pero yun yung climax. We'll be discussing number 3, orgasm. Ito na yun, orgasm, intense climax. It says here, intense climax. Ito na yung both or ikaw or yung babae lang nilalabasan ka or yung nag-reach ng climax. Alam niyo naman yun. For resolution, return to a relaxed state. Return to a relaxed state. So yun, pagtapos ng everything, ito na yung resolution. Ito mo naman think kung anong ino-overthink mo or something. Or hindi ka naman nag-overthink, pero yun, basta relaxed state ka na lang. Tapos na yung ginagawa, tapos na yung everything. Next, the chemistry of love. Number 1, we have dopamine. Number 2, we have oxytocin. Number 3, we have PIA. Number 4, endorphins. So, dopamine. What does it say? Dopamine creates feelings of happiness and excitement. Dopamine creates feelings of happiness. So, ito yung nararamdaman mo. Pag nafe-feel mo yung, kanina sabi, excitement, di ba? Creates feelings of happiness and excitement. So, pag na-experience mo na yun, isipin mo na agad, ito yung part ng dopamine. Ito yung ginagawa ng dopamine na nare-release ng iyong body. Number 2, we have oxytocin, strengthens trust and emotional bonds. Ito yung nare-release na feeling. Strengthens trust and emotional bonds. Diba? Pinapatibay yung pagtitiwala and emotional bonds during love. Kaya, it says here, the love drug infatuation fades after 18 months. The love drug, Peya. Peya. Yun nga, ito yung sinasabing love drug responsible for infatuation. Ito yung pag may crush ka, ganun, love drug. Attracted ka lang. Ito yung drug na nare-release ng katawan mo or yung body mo, reaction that leads to infatuation. So, parang magkagusto ko lang sabihin. Sabi dito, it fades after 18 months. So, hindi siya pang matagalan. 18 months is just short term pa lang in terms of loving. Yeah, pero matagal din yun ha. Actually, 18 months. Yung iba nga nawawala na agad after 1 to 2 months. So, last, endorphins promote long-term feelings of security and comfort. So, endorphins, ito yung nire-release that yung effect niya is to promote long-term feelings of security and comfort.